Hi, it's me. I'm back again. I'm here to do another video to bring to you. I'm going to do some more videos over the weekend, but this one I just had to do because, it's getting out there. Talking about the whole Charmed reboot. Now, if you're like me, I am a huge fan of the original Charmed. I'm talking about from 20 years ago with the original lineup, which was Prudence Halliwell, Piper Halliwell, and Phoebe Halliwell. You understand me? Now, when the show first started, I didn't actually start watching it then. I actually caught up when it was on the third season. So when it started on the third season in 2000, that's when I actually started watching. And then because there was doing the repeats of the first two seasons, I was watching the repeats. And then at the end of the third season, when Prue died, and I had Paige, I was like, who the hell is this? Who is this? Come on now, I can't be the only one who wasn't automatically a fan of Paige's. Because I was part of I don't like Paige. Because when you look at it, the original seasons, when you see Prue, because Prue was a go-getter, she was like in charge. I'm the number one witch, but she had a lot of loyalty to her family. And that is one thing I respected a lot, that she had a lot of loyalty to her family. And plus, I wanted her powers, man. That telepathy. I mean, that telekinesis. And she was able to astral project. I thought that was badass. And then in the third season, when she temporarily got that power of empathy, and it was alright for the first couple of hours, and then afterwards it was just like a whole mess. And you got to see Shannon Doherty's acting rage because in that episode. And then Piper, after Prue died, Piper actually became my favourite one, because even though I do find that the show did become more, how do I say it, love orientated, it wasn't like the first three seasons. The last seasons became more about them finding partners and stuff, apart from Piper, because she had Leo up until the last episode of season 5. But yeah, she had him, and then there was Paige, and I can't honestly say I was the biggest fan of Paige's, because I found that she typically went off to do her own thing quite a lot. But whereas Prue would do it because she was the oldest sister, Paige would emulate it, but it was more of her not wanting to work with the Charmed One. She wanted to do her own stuff. And then, we found out in the later seasons that just because that was to do with her white lighter side. So, Piper, she had the power to freeze. And then later on in season 3, she was able to actually explode things. It was slowing down molecules, and it was speeding up molecules. Her power was badass. Between Prue's power of being able to just swipe your hand and move things, and then Piper was just like able to blow things up. I was like, those are the two coolest powers to me. And then we had Phoebe, who was the original baby sister. Her power was premonition, so she was able to see things in the future and in the past, so that they could go after the demons and everything. It was just the best show ever. I don't give a shit what anyone says, okay? I was a huge fan of Charmed, and I'm still a fan of Charmed. And people be like, but you're always talking about black empowerment. So me can't like TV. So me can't like TV. Listen, it don't even matter, because it don't even matter that the characters were white. They could be polka dot blue, they could be bright pink, they could be black, they could be Asian, they could be Martians that were green. I would have watched it the same way, because it was the whole premise of sisters who are witches, who dealing with numerous difficulties, being siblings, and also having to go out and fight evil people. And that is one of the things that people can relate to. It's just the same. I love also, Xena the Warrior Princess. I thought she was a fucking badass. You just wanted to wear the outfit. And go around and kick all these men in it. And I wanted to be like Buffy the Vampire Slayer with her little stake and those dash all the vampires away. And I found found it funny how it was always male vampires for the most part that she was staking. It was just like these little interjects of feminism that you didn't really notice when you was a child, but you actually notice them now. Because if you think about it, if you watch movies such as Friday the 13th or A Nightmare on Elm Street, it's always a woman who saves the day, and then you got this explosion in the late 90s of these shows that actually portray this. It's so fucking amazing. I mean, to see Charmed, and before Charmed there was Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and then that character Angel got his own spin-off. You know, Angel was Buffy's boyfriend for the first 3 seasons. He was a vampire, but he had his soul. So, you know, and then he lost the soul in the 2nd season. But yeah, these kind of shows were just the type of shows that just really got to me. The what type of shows that I just loved. They were so badass, but where there were female leads, even Girlfriends. Now, Girlfriends has nothing at all to do with magic or anything like that. But it had 4 female leads who were all black women, and I just loved that whole dynamic. I just loved it. Now, bringing it forward into the future, Charmed has gotten a reboot. The CW, who is known for doing teenage dramas, has rebooted this whole show. And I saw the trailer, and the trailer was god awful. I don't know what on earth has gone wrong, but it was just like a waste of time. You see the opening scene where the 2 girls are speaking to the mother, and then the next thing you know, you see like some bats are coming out the window, and then they're like, you see the window smash, and then their mummy's outside the house, and you know, and that's when they find out they're witches, when they discover their half sister who comes to the house and says, "Oh, I believe your mum is my mum." She shows a picture of herself being held by the mum, and it was all very random, and it was like a 3-minute trailer, and it's supposed to start later this year, and I wasn't really feeling it. The special effects just seem crap, and a lot of people are saying, well, how can you say that, but you watched Charmed in 1998, the special effects weren't great, but it's just like the special effects for this show, I can't even find the words to say how terrible it looked, because like they showed in the trailer one of the demons, and he had like black eyes and like a black mouth. And you know what show that reminded me of? Have you ever seen A Haunting? That show was a TV show, right? But it was kind of like a low budget TV show, and I think it still comes on now. And that demon they showed in the trailer for Charmed the reboot is exactly how the demons look in that show. And you would think that the CW has more money to show a demon looking like that. I mean, it just looks like someone dressed in costume. It didn't look remotely scary. I mean, I don't understand why the girl was screaming when she saw the damn demon. Like, what part of he is scary? All he does is have like some black licorice thing in his fucking mouth and black eye contacts. What on earth are you screaming for? Huh? What on earth are you screaming for? The man not scary. Calm yourself down. And now the 3rd sister in this Charmed reboot, like the two main sisters who are full siblings, they look just like it is actually Evie. They look like fucking twins. Everyone's been saying this from all the videos I've been watching. Everyone's been saying this, that they look just alike, and it is true. They do look just alike. It is absolute madness how alike they look. Trust me. Go and look up the Charmed reboot trailer if you've not already seen it. But I find it so eerie. And then the 3rd sister, the one who's the half sibling, she looks more black, and that's not a bad thing. I know people are gonna be saying, a lot of people saying, oh, you don't like the Charmed reboot because the characters are black. No, it's something to do with them being black. It's because they can't fucking act, and the show does look shit. We would have watched Charmed if the main crew, who were Shannon Doherty, Holly Marie Combs, Alicia Milano, and Rose McGowan, Now, if those four were black, I still would have watched the show, the original show that started in 1998 and continued on to 2006. I still would have watched it. Okay, this month makes 12 years since Charmed went off air, the original show. It's only been 12 years and already have a reboot. I mean, what kind of madness? That just probably means in a few years they're probably going to reboot Harry Potter next. They better not dare. Even though, if I'm being quite honest, the books were a lot better than the movies. But we should not go there. But, and then the third sister, who was the half-sibling, didn't even look alike at all. She's very, very tall. She's very, very tall. But to be fair, that can happen in families anyway, so... But it does, usually, she was very, very tall. She's like up here and the other two sisters like down here. And she's got very, very long curly hair. Her hair's beautiful actually, like, you know, just to say she's absolutely stunning. All the three girls are stunning, but the two main girls, the two main sisters, they look just alike. But this one doesn't look alike at all. So I'm presuming they're going with the premise that she looks more like her dad. So I presume that's where they're going that from. And you know the powers, the older sister, the tallest one, she's got the power that Prue had, you know, the telekinesis, so she can move things with her hands. And the one of the little girls, she has Piper's power. She has Piper's power, so she can freeze things. But the thing is, when I saw in the trailer, she can freeze everything. Even the things outside, whereas Piper, in the beginning, she could only freeze small things that were right in front of her that had to be in the same room. You know? If something was far away, or if something was outside, she couldn't freeze that far, not in the beginning. I mean, even if you've read the Charm comics, she's only just been able to freeze everything. If you've read the Charm comics, she's only just now gained the ability to freeze everything. It was a gradual build-up, but this show is just like, boom, she can move things straight away like that. Whereas, technically, if you look back, it was Prue who was the one who was able to, you know, move a lot of things. So this is the thing that I'm not really understanding. I don't understand the point of the reboot. To be fair, the original cast were against the reboot. A lot of the fans are saying that they felt that it would have been best if they had instead done a continuation of the original season the original series, where you actually see the kids, how they grow up and how they you know, use their powers against evil. Because obviously the original demons that Prue, Piper, Phoebe and Paige dealt with, they all got decimated. So then it would have been interesting to see Piper's kids and Phoebe's kids and Paige's kids dealing with demons. Well, actually, except for one of Paige's kids probably wouldn't have been magical, because if you see the ending, if you see in the final episode, season 8, then you would understand what I mean, you know, because the baby was orbed out of the belly by Paige, so, and it's not biologically hers or Henry's, so we don't really know whether that child would have powers or not, because all we know is that the mother was dead and Paige came across her and she orbed the baby out. So nobody knows whether that little boy would have even had powers or not. Who knows? But it would have been interesting to see the Charm kids, how they got on, but instead they went a completely different way. But they've kept some of the things in this new season. These girls are also called the Charm ones. They also have these same powers. The only thing that's missing is the power of premonition. Instead, one of the girls that looks like the twins, she has the power of telepathy. She can read people's minds. To me, I would have rather seen her have the premonition power, but okay. The guy who is supposed to be basically Leo, instead of calling it white lighters, he's called an advisor. And he's British, and he sounds, someone said it in another video, that he sounds just like Rupert Giles, and it's so freaking true. Watch the trailer, he sounds just like Rupert Giles. I was disgusted. I'm like, so you take Pierce on Buffy too? I could not believe how bad this trailer is. I mean, some people are saying, oh, that I'm sure when the show airs in autumn, it's gonna look a lot better. Look, I'm just saying from the trailer. Usually when you see a trailer of a show, it gets you interested in the show. It's like, because it's just brilliant. They show the best pieces of the show, but this I'm not really seeing how this is going to be interesting and how this is going to progress. I don't think they should have. Excuse me, I don't think they should have gone there with this show. I think they should have left it alone. But, you know, people are going to, at the end of the day, people are going to do what they want to do. And that's all I can say. I'm just trying to figure out how the CW went from the brilliance of Smallville to this show here. How did you do that? And even Supernatural is also done by the CW. And you can see how Supernatural is brilliant. And have you run out of money? Because that's the only explanation I got for that poor ass trailer. It does not entice me to want to watch it. A lot of people are saying it looks good, but I mean, not to me, it doesn't. A lot of people also on my Facebook are saying they don't like it. A lot of people on Twitter are still protesting it. I, for one, am going to watch the first episode just to get an idea of it. But I do feel like if they was gonna do this show, they shouldn't have called it Charmed. Okay, because it's technically Charm Light. So don't come in here accusing me of being racist, because it's nothing to do with their colour. I'm black myself. It's nothing to do with their race or whatever. It just looks poor. Okay, the acting skills are not there. The trailer itself does look crap. I mean, why the fuck were bats in the damn house? That's what I want to know. Why were bats in the manor? I mean, basically, is the manor, I mean, even the Book of Shadows just looks exactly like the original one. It looks exactly like the original one. So, what have you actually changed? What have you actually changed? This is what I want to know. But you know what? It is what it is, innit? They're gonna do what they want to do. I can only complain about it. They're not going to change. So that's it, really. I just wanted to rant about this whole Charm reboot because I'm not really here for it, and I know a lot of people are here for it. I'm gonna post a link for the Charmed reboot down below so you can watch it if you've not already seen it, and I shall see you in the next video on Saturday. Okay, bye.